Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 11 of Direwolf20's server play series. Sevidus, Quetzi, Direwolf20, RWTema, and Neptune Pink are hanging out on the server. I think most of those people are on teams with us along with Shadow Dragon and Jaded. Mr. Okushama's here, but I don't know if you're actually around, are you? How's everybody doing? That good, huh, Jaded? Alright, I'm gonna move this stuff. Someone's gonna yell at me, but that's okay, I'll let him yell at me. Because I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to have my stuff set up to go. So you can go in there.
Oh my god, Soren yelling? Ah!
He'll yell at me for breaking all the things, I suspect.
I was more suggesting the idea that the idea of Soren yelling wasn't all that frightening.
Ah, I see what you're saying. I don't want to get in trouble with Soren, man. That's pretty much a place you don't want to be. Alright guys, so between the last two episodes, I've been a little bit busy. Got a bunch of mana beans. Definitely want to start growing them this episode if I can. But in order to do that, we're going to need a magical biome. But don't worry, I have a plan on how to get one. Want to get a little bit more Thaumcrafty stuff up and running this episode. Like I said, we're kind of on the fast track with Thaumcraft since we've spent so much time with it last season in Forgecraft2. You know, I'm not going to rehash too much stuff, but I definitely want to make sure that, you know, everybody's up to speed on what's going on with all the latest Thaumcraft stuff. I have to get myself some coal and some glowstone. Alright, so I'm always terrible at this. For some reason, I can never remember the exact ratios of what I need, but I think it's like 2 coal, right, would be 6 of these. Right, coal has 2 each, so I need 3 coal would be 6. And then 3 lux. So that's 6 of that. And then 2 glowstone. Should pretty much get me the night ore that I want. Hooray! 2 night ore, nothing left over. Perfect. Alright, so 3 coal, 6 torch, 2 glowstone. Gives me exactly what I need. Beautiful. And 4 glowstone. Hooray! Nice. That looks good to me. Alright, so got myself some night ore, which means I don't need you guys down there anymore. We could even put some right there to heat the water up. Beautiful. I love it. One thing I would like to do is scan stuff. Don't forget to always scan the things that you've done and found. Hooray! Because those kinds of things are pretty useful. Alright, night ore as a block and item are the same, so no worries about that. And we're looking pretty good here, guys. Cool. Alright, so I've got the basics of Thaumcraft stuff set up. I want to start working on... Oh man, there's so much Thaumcraft things to do. I want to get... Let me clean up my inventory. And then what I'm going to do is focus on Essentia distillation. Because that's going to be an important part of this, right? I do also want to get over here. Let's see. So I kind of want Essentia distillation. For that, I'm going to need more silverwood logs. For that, I'm going to need some silverwood trees. Where's my silverwood saplings? I got 3 of them from my rapid trading with the peck. So let's clean up my inventory a little bit and then go see what we can do about getting ourselves a silverwood tree. Do you have Hoe of Growth yet, RWTema?
User joined your channel.
Hello. I'm thinking like out here I'd like some kind of magical grove. Not too far away, but you know. Like a little magical grove type area where I can set up my, you know, silverwood saplings and just have a good time farming mana beans. So this is going to be like an extension of this area. I don't really want it to be like this small. I want to have like a nice sized area. set aside for it. So over here on the right, I think we're going to have a bunch of Ars Magica stuff. So where could I set up my grove? That's the question. Alright, let me fly around a little bit, clean up my inventory like I said. I might need to get a hoe of growth because I might just be too lazy to wait for silver woods to grow. And then we'll be back because I want to make sure I have a pure node, right? Alright guys, we're back and I'm just putting together everything I hope that I need. Actually, come back here you guys. Forgot I needed one of these. And a crucible on top, is it? Or is it on the bottom? Oh, yeah, it's on the top. Cool. Nice. A chemical furnace. Got ready with that. I've got the flux filters I'm going to need. I'm probably going to need at least 2 more buckets. We want a couple more of these eventually, but no big deal. We want... That's already done. That's already done. We need these things. So gold, flux, bucket. No problem. Gold, flux, bucket. Cool. Nice. Oh boy, look at that. I have 0 aqua left in here. That was like just enough for the arcane alembic. But let's see. I'm thinking I want the arcane alembic to kind of like sit in the corner over here. That's what I'm thinking. And maybe 1, 2, 3. I also want to try out those new types that he added, the Essentia tubes. They don't look too expensive to make, but I definitely need more water. That should be alright. I think right outside here is a water guy. Let's see if I'm right about that. I might not be. Is this thing water? Alright, get the backpack off, because it's really hard to stay where you want to be with the backpack on. It is water. Good. Refilling the wand. I really need to start moving stuff, but as you guys know, we have a little bit of work to do before we can get to the point where we can actually move nodes and be able to recharge our wand back at our base without having to go all over the place. There we go. I should also get a portable hole while I'm at it, but all in good time. We have lots of things to catch up on and do. Alright, so you're there, you're ready to run. We're going to want some coal for that, no big deal. I want to get some tubes and some jars. So if I recall correctly, I'm going to want warded jars, which are pretty easy to make, really. I think they're under artifice. That's brain in a jar. You know what, maybe they're under... There we go, yes. So just some glass and some wood planks, that shouldn't be too big a deal. That's probably enough for now, right? You guys, I've got a few glass panes, but all the glass I can get, the better, because it is pretty much a large number of those. Why don't we put you in here for now? Don't need this anymore. Or this. And I'm going to want my coal. Nice. I'm definitely going to try out these pipes. I think that's a good plan, right? So first off, jars. That should be good. That'll give me 13 of these, as long as I have 13 aqua in here, which I do. Good. I should really make myself some of those clothes that reduce it. Let's see. Thaumaturgist robe, leggings. How expensive are they? Because as much as I'm currently hurting for stuff, I should really be as efficient as I can. I'm guessing they're listed under artifice, maybe with the enchanted fabric. Yes. That's not too bad. I might want all these. They're really not too expensive. Just need some wool and some string. That gets me 1. I'm going to need 8, and 7 is 15, and 4 is 19. Do I have that much string? That's the question. I really don't. Nor do I have that much wool, to be honest with you. Alright, we'll hold off on those robes and stuff for now. Besides, I want to have all kinds of other cool stuff to make. Okay, so I've got the jars. I'm thinking... I don't know if Soren had anywhere in particular he was ready to have the jars laid out at, but for now... that's where they go. And we might have to move this later, but, you know, I'm letting Soren design the room as usual because he's good at making things look nice, and I'm making the things that be functional. Okay, let's grab ourselves some Quicksilver. Now, the best way to get that, is there any other way to increase the amount of... nah, probably not. Okay, so Quicksilver we need for the pipes. And a little bit of gold, iron, and glass. That shouldn't be a problem. How about I start cooking this up, and I'll be right back. You know what? I think I want an induction furnace. I definitely think I want an induction furnace. Why don't I get one of those made too? There's a zombie party in the basement. Why'd you let them all in there then, Mr. Neptune Pink?
They came up the stairs.
Oh. Okay. Induction furnace requires advanced machine. Oh yeah, I kind of don't have all the stuff to do that right now. Alright, we'll get to that later probably. For now, I can be patient. Maybe we'll have to come later. See you in a moment once these things are done processing. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Now I might wind up changing this up later down the line, but we'll see. It's glass in the middle, right? Yes. For now, just 5 of these should do. Cool. Ah, insufficient V. Darn. Order and water. Cool. Well, 18 might be enough to get started. Actually, I think that might just be one short, which is enough for now, because it'll at least let me get started with this whole infusion crafting process. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And that should be able to draw. Well, I don't know if I want to go back this far. Probably want it to draw up to about this point. So let's actually get rid of these. And we might move something around later at some point, but for now, this is good. I'll put a jar here. And we've got a few extra pieces for later. That's good. That actually works. All right, so ready to do a little bit of infusion crafting. I think the first thing I might want to make is a hoe of the growth, because I want to be able to grow my silverwood saplings. So let's look at artifice. Do I even have that researched? I do not. All right, hoe of growth, I want to say, it's an instrumentum, I know that would be a good starting point. Let's see if I can manage to get it researched. Magical hand mirror, not exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. This one's fire, water, earth, air. It's probably either Perdito or order, I guess. Essence of fickle performance. Nope. Perdito, maybe? And I think the table here is a little bit funky, so don't mind that. Alright, well, I can get this research done very quickly and easily, I think. Let me play around with research, and I'll be right back. There we go. Hoe of growth. Nice. So let's see, refresh my memory on this. We need an order and an entropy, a diamond and a great wood. We need herba, meto, and terra. Shouldn't be a problem. Alright, let's see how well these pipes work. So I should just get the shears. Things should start boiling up, and it should instantly be drained. And look, oh, that's perfect. Doing exactly what I would want you to do. Cool. So let's get some more of the shears set up here. I should probably scan these things, because I don't think I ever did. There we go. Happen to know shears is a good source of meto, or any pick, for that matter. Alright, everything else I've got covered, right? Do I need to scan my alchemical furnace? I do. Oh, look at all the research points. Creeper!
Creeper!
Creeper, creeper. Aw, sad face. Not the end of the world. How did a creeper get in here? Alright.
It parachuted in, probably.
Oh, did it? That's cool. Not. Well, luckily I have a couple extra of these things, but not that many. Ah, perfect. Just enough extra to repair the damage. Cool. Alright, you're running, so we've got the metal that we need, and a little bit of extra metal. Let's throw our dirt in. Oh, right. Derp. There you go, Neptune. I made a mess for you. Alright, that'll take care of the earth that we need, and then it was... What else did I have in here? Wildflowers. That'll take care of the herba that we need. Cool. Alright, now I just need a thaumium hoe, which shouldn't be too hard to get. We're going to want 8 great woods and 2 iron. Feel free to chop down this tree in here, because I think Soren was just being a little crazy earlier. He's trying to grow moss, but I think it has to be really, really dark to grow moss. Am I wrong about that?
I think so.
I feel like that's probably the case, but I don't know. Alright, thaumium hoe. 1 each of an order and entropy shard. And a diamond and a great wood. We have extra of these. I should have grabbed extra of everything else. Why don't I grab that real fast? I also want to make the haste boots, because those are a lot of fun. Just in case we have any flux problems. Speaking of flux problems, I have stuff to help balance out the flux. I have lots of candles. Hello there. This should help prevent flux, we would think, but we're going to find out how right I am about that. Cool. Not bad. I also have some other junk I have to sort out. This was things I collected from going around and doing stuff and trying to get those things. Yes, the whatchamacallits. The peck. Alright, so let's do it, shall we? Ready? I think I've got everything I need. We're going to find out, though. Hoe of growth, maybe? Let's see what happens. Alright, good. Everything there can reach. That's a good sign. Going, going, gone. This should be a pretty low danger thing. Hooray! My first infusion crafting of Forgecraft2. Let's figure out where I'd like my little magical grove to be. I was thinking like right around here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure if I want this area to be transformed. Like, it doesn't hurt, right? Like, I could always, you know, put it here and then decide, nah, I changed my mind. I don't know. Let me think it over for a minute, and then we'll be right back. Alright, this looks like as good a spot as any to plant a silverwood. Sure. We're a decent away from the house. I don't think we're going to build out this far, but I want it to be, like, close, but not too close. Let's get some food. And cross your fingers, Mr. Neptune. Oh, I see a node. Nice. That's cool.
Shimmer leaves.
That's really good. Yeah, we want those too, by the way. Let me put it in my backpack, something I don't need at the moment, like you two. Good. Wow, we got a lot of those, actually. I guess you get a decent amount of these little leaf things, huh? That's good because these will help with taint if we ever have taint issues. They actually do a really good job. I don't know if you've checked them out yet. Alright, so in theory, this should start shifting into a magical forest biome right around here. Just because we've got this awesome pure aura node sitting right here. And while I'm at it, nice. I can also scan my silverwood log and silverwood trees. Leaves. Perfect. Alright, let's give a little bit of time here for this to start shifting into a magical biome, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, we're back. And I have just so many of these mana beans that I'm really having trouble getting them stored in this chest. So I want to show you guys a new block. If I can remember what it's called. There it is. The filing cabinet and the filing cabinet advanced. Now I'm pretty sure it's just the filing cabinet that I'm going to need for this one. Now this is block ID 2524, so I'm pretty sure this is extra utilities that is giving us this awesome little gadget. So let's get some metal. So the filing cabinet, from what I understand, can store many types of similar stuff. So what do I mean by that? Anything that shares a block ID, so see how all these things have the same block ID, 25366, but they have different meta value. They have different, values built into them that make them differentiated. So this is Humanus, this is Tenebrae. So they don't stack, but they're the same item ID. It's the same with enchanted books, right, Neptune? They're pretty much the same deal.
I don't think they actually use metadata though. I think they're just pure MBT.
NBT? Okay. I don't know the differences between metadata and MBT, but I'll pretend like I do. So maybe somewhere.
Isn't metadata sort of like a sub ID and NBT contains more information than that?
Pretty
On a
cool.
B, it would contain like species, genomes, etc. would all be contained in the NBT, whereas metadata would be, say, like thermal expansions, machines all use one block ID, but then each machine itself, say the pulverizer, the igneous extruder, etc., has a different meta ID on that base machine. Meta ID tells it which of the machines it is.
Yeah,
Did I get that right?
I
Yes?
think so. Metadata is just a number,
Okay,
and MBT can be pretty much everything.
gotcha.
Data.
Lots of data can be stored in NBT,
Yeah.
is the basic takeaway, right? So this nifty little storage block can store all items of the same item ID that have different NBT or metadata. So as you can see here, we're storing a bunch of beans. Cool. Look at that. All the beans are in there. And it'll store any and every type of bean that exists, but nothing else. So you can't put water buckets in, you can't put shears in there, you can't put anything that's not the same item ID, but you can put many types in. So if you want, you could have a filing cabinet full of enchanted books for all the different enchants that are available via book form. So that's pretty awesome.
Oh, is that what that does?
Yep, that's the filing cabinet. Now there's an
I just
advanced
started
filing
playing
cabinet.
1.6, so I'm trying to figure out some of the new features from extra utility.
Yeah, I need to do a spotlight. I promised him one, so it's like next on my list, I think, is extra utilities, just so I can get caught up on what's
User
going on
joined
with
your
it.
channel.
Tamara, are you still around? He's kind of on and off. Oh, your
Light
microphone's
flashing.
muted.
No, I can hear him, just barely.
Yeah, barely hear you.
Hello,
Hey, there you are.
Oh, there he is!
Cool.
I'm here, yeah.
So did I explain the filing cabinet pretty well?
Yeah, correct.
Awesome.
The advanced filing cabinet can hold multiple item IDs, but is restricted to only items that don't stack.
Oh, I see. I gotcha. So anything that doesn't
was
stack. So like tools. You
orig-
could put all kinds of
yeah.
different tools in there.
Yeah, originally that was how the regular filing cabinet was going to act, but then I realized stuff like miscraft pages and so on, which would be ideal for the filing cabinet, wouldn't work because those do stack. It's just I didn't realize that because there's so many of them.
Right. And how often do you have more than one of the same, right?
All the time.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah, I usually have like 30 of like each of the common ones, and then I'm like desperately trying to get the villagers to give me.
All right, so good news,
Villagers
guys. We
cannot
can see that
cooperate.
some of this biome is starting to change into magical forest. We've already got 1 or 2 blocks out there that are considered magical forest biome. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time and hopefully be able to plant my mana beans on the tree, because it can only plant the mana beans on the tree if if the tree is considered to be in a magical biome. Don't know. There might be zombies coming, Neptune. I take no responsibility. Oh, nice.
You take no responsibility, but it's still your fault.
It might be. It may have been me who was on camera recording when he created a hole in the wall, but you couldn't prove it if you wanted to.
Okay. That's fine.
You know what else I like about the filing cabinet, and this is probably a little bit weird of me, but I think it's really cool, is it like auto sorts itself. Like, I take something out of the middle, and it like clears away that middle space thing and like auto sorts a bit.
Another feature is that if you break the block, it retains its inventory.
Oh,
So you're not
really?
going to get hundreds of items just falling over and causing lag.
I like that a lot. I like that a real lot. Mana beans. I will automate mana beans at some point this season. You guys know that, right? I mean, absolutely.
What don't you at least attempt to automate?
I don't know. Oh, zombies. Come here, you.
Oh, baby zombies, I love you. You're just the best.
Right,
I had some
feel like
lovely
that.
invisible baby zombies throwing gassed fireballs at me.
I'm going to call that enough for now and run home to lick my wounds. And then YouTube audience, we will be back. Alright guys, we're back, and before we wrap up the episode, like I said, I'd like to get myself a pair of Boots of the Traveler, mostly because they're a really nice early game traveling system. Alright, so that looks pretty solid. How am I for the Velito? 26, perfect, just enough. Let's make it happen. I definitely need to get more string. We don't have any form of cotton on the server though, do we?
You have natural?
No, we don't have Natra. That's why.
Oh, that's weird.
I think it was like an accidental oversight. And they're working on RetroGen anyway, so... Several people have asked me what RetroGen means. So let me try and explain it, and then these smart people can correct me if I'm wrong. After I celebrate my Boots of the Traveler. RetroGen is basically when World Gen takes place after the world has been generated. In terms, RetroGen basically meaning like it went back and retroactively generated the world. Ooh, I need a lot more leather if I want to enchant these boots, but at the very least I can. Oh yeah, now we're talking. So retroactively generating terrain, or basically retroactively generating stuff, is a way of saying like, hey, you've already generated this world. Ooh, I think we've got some magical forest going on. Definitely more and more magical forest. Next episode, we'll see some better stuff. And then, we're going to put the ores that we generate. So, for example, right, like factorization added dark iron ore at one point. And the world had already been generated, so Neptune added RetroGen to his mod so that it could retroactively generate that dark iron ore in chunks that have already existed. So it's something that some of the mod developers add. Is that an about approximate statement, guys?
Yep, sounds right to me.
Yep, that's what I figured. Alright, so that's cool. Magical enchanted fabric. I'll put the fish in here because what else am I using fish for? Cool. All right, guys, with that, though, I do think we need to wrap up the episode, unfortunately. We've had a good time getting a lot of Thaumcrafty stuff. Next episode, might work on a little bit more Thaumcraft. I do want to check in on that magical forest and get more of those beans so that I can enchant stuff. I'm going to focus on killing lots of cows between now and the next episode so that I can get an enchanting table set up. Because I've got one here, obviously, right? But I need some bookshelves around it to make it, a full-blown enchanting table. So how are my cows doing as it is? Oh, Neptune, you're breeding them? Cool. Good man, sir. Yeah, I've been trying to kill them. I might want to separate our farm, so we have a separate cow, sheep, and chicken farm, I think. But we shall see. Should also try and get some more mining done. If I could get... Well, I've got looting 2 on my sword now. That's nice. So, I'll kill the cows if you want, because I have looting 2, so hopefully I'll get more leather. But, oh man, this traveling speed is awesome. What's that?
Sounds good.
Okay. I'll just kill a few of these guys. I don't want to kill all the adults, because I do want to have a decent amount left for breeding later on. So, alright, for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode, and we'll be back next time to work on some more stuff. And hopefully there's a new mod coming in the server within the next few days. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. Alright guys, take it easy!